What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 attackers you need to master in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, the links to my Twitch and Twitter in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. So in the past, I made videos about underrated attackers and defenders that you should use more, pick more, learn to play more because they're, like I said, underrated, and I just think deserve to be played a lot more. In this video, however, it's going to be kind of the opposite. It's going to be more about the mainstream operators that are already played a lot and are really essential to learn and that you really should learn to master. Those operators are going to be Sledge, IQ, Maverick, Nomad, and Cappy. So I've made guides on how to play Sledge, how to play vertically, things like that on the channel, so make sure you go check those out. But Sledge is really strong because of his concept, right? His breaching hammer allows him to open up lots of holes to play vertically and to play horizontally, making it, he's basically just very strong. So for example, we're on Clubhouse here. Let's say the site was basement. What you want to be able to do with Sledge is know where you're hitting. So for example, this is in the back of Armory. You want to be able to know where you're hitting. And what makes him so strong is concept of playing vertically is with playing vertically, you can force defenders to play in areas they're either A, not comfortable in, or B, that just puts you as an attacker at an advantage. So for example, playing back arsenal, back armory is really strong because you can stop the push from dirt over there. You can watch the moto drop through the wall. So being able to open up behind here in back armor is really strong because you cancel that defender's ability to play there. Also, he's good for opening up to watch flanks, for example. So if you're trying to open up the main wall and you don't want to get flanked, you can play Sledge from upstairs and make sure nobody walks down this long hallway or maybe is playing on this wall right here to be able to stop you from getting the main church wall. He's really strong also for getting hatches if they're soft. So he's really good like on maps like Cafe, even on this map for getting roof hatches, because instead of having to use a breaching charge or whatever it may be, he can easily open them with his sledgehammer. His guns are really good. The L85 is one of the easiest guns in the game to use, and it's pretty good. The SMG11, however, is one of the more difficult guns to use, but if you are able to learn how to use it, it is one of the best guns in the game in my opinion. For his secondary gadget, he does have frag grenades, which are really strong for clearing utility, and especially mixed with opening holes from above. He's able to get some kills he probably wouldn't be able to if he had something like a flash grenade. For example, what a lot of people used to do with Buck is you open up a hole like this, and then you open up a hole in a wall because Buck's skeleton key is from range, and you can throw a grenade through a hole. So you're not completely exposed, but you're able to nade somebody from a distance. So for example, if somebody was maybe playing here with a shield or there was a Goyo shield right there, instead of opening directly above them, you could do something like this, do it from an angle. And basically with Sledge, you can be really creative, opening lots of angles to help you have the advantage attacking and take away certain positions that the defenders want to play or need to play. You can watch flank, do pretty much everything, and he's just overall a really strong attacker that you should be mastering and playing a lot more in Rainbow Six Siege. The next attacker you should be learning how to use is IQ. IQ is a really strong attacker, 3-speed, really good guns. Personally, in the new season, I'm using the AUG just because I like the 2.5. I'm not really a big fan of the 1.5. Personally, at least right now, I might get used to it later. But I really like the AUG anyways, just because of the sight usually, and it's not that bad of a gun. But IQ's ability is the scanner where you can scan electronics through the wall. So for example, you can easily gain intel with an IQ and be able to stop bandit tricking, destroy Cades, pretty much everything, just because you can shoot them through the walls. She's really good with a suppressor especially. You can detect the bomb so you know where to be attacking. But for example, the main CC wall is right above here pretty much. So what you can do with your IQ scanner is if there's a Cade or a mute jammer or a bandit and you don't have a Thatcher or a Kali, you can come downstairs, scan the bandit battery or whatever it may be, and shoot them from downstairs, and it's really strong because you're pretty safe, you're pretty unexposed, and you can also shoot ADSs, Wamai magnets, bulletproof cameras, Valkyrie cameras, Echo drones, pretty much anything electronic IQ can see and destroy, and it's really good for gathering intel, right? So if you don't know who the defenders have as operators, if you have an IQ and you're on the roof or downstairs or outside and you scan and you see an ADS, a Valcam, a Yokai, and a Wamai disc, and then a K charge, you know every operator that the defenders have, and now you can formulate an attack plan on how you want to be attacking them. She also has breach charges or a claymore, so you can open vertically or open horizontally like Sledge. She's a pretty flexible operator, to be honest. She's really good guns, really good speed. Her gadgets take some getting used to, so you know what you're looking at, right? Because you might be looking through the floor and just see like a dot, and you're like, I don't know what that is. But with practice, you're like, oh, that's a Valk Cam. Or, oh, that kind of square thing, that's a yokai. That sphere that has like a little indent, that's a my disc. So she's really strong and really important to master, in my opinion, simply because of all the utility you can destroy from a safe distance and all the intel you can gather. The next attacker we'll be talking about is Maverick. Maverick, in my opinion, is one of the strongest operators, let alone attackers, in the game, and when he is available, should be played 100% of the time, to be honest. He is, in my opinion, the best hard breach in the game, simply because his breaching torch cannot be stopped by mute jammers, K charges, bandit batteries, whatever it may be. He's just pretty much uncounterable unless you can either run out and shoot him or throw a nitro cell and blow him up. Other than that, there's pretty much nothing that can stop him. His gun's really good. He has the M4, which I recommend, as really good fire rate, good recoil, angled grip, good attachments, whatever it may be. Or he has the AR-15, which is a really strong DMR. Personally, I don't like DMRs in this game simply because I feel like fire rate is really important. With Maverick having 6 torches now in Shadow Legacy, he's really, really strong because he can now, with ease, get 2 hatches open that are reinforced, get the wall open by Maverick tricking, whatever it may be. He's really, really strong. Like I said, can't be countered. He has frag grenades, so you can open up a small hole. For example, let's say you have a thermite and this wall is reinforced, and instead of wanting to Maverick trick it, you just want to try and like maybe kill the bandit or get the bandit battery off of the wall. You can use your torch, open up a small hole, cook a grenade. Okay, cool, man. You can basically, hopefully you get the concept. You can open up a hole, throw a grenade through it, and blow up either the bandit, the K charge, the mute jammer, the bandit batteries, whoever it may be, maybe somebody close to the wall. The main thing that counters his grenades obviously is a Omai or an ADS. So if you're either helping a Habana or a thermite, being able to throw flashbangs first, make sure there's no ADS is really important. But that's pretty much all there is to Maverick. Learning to Maverick trick isn't too difficult. Basically, start from one side, go across the middle, go to the bottom, across to the middle, and then the reinforcement should fall off the wall. But pretty much that's all it takes to play Maverick. He's really, really strong, 3 speed, best hard breach in the game, definitely should be played a lot. The next attacker we will be talking about is Nomad. I talked about her in my underrated attacker video. I have a guide on her, so make sure you check that out. But pretty much what makes Nomad so strong is her ability to watch flanks, right? For example, let's say you're trying to push downstairs, like with the IQ example, to get something off of the wall, maybe play vertically with a buck. Nomad can watch all of your flanks by herself with her gadget, the air jab. Basically, as you saw, that white circle is there. You get this sound when you are close to it. If a defender walks into that circle, the air jab goes off and launches them on their back. There's an audio cue, and basically, you can get a free kill with her air jabs. So you want to place them in places where you can obviously be flanked from. Places that are, so for example, if you're playing downstairs in this lounge area, you don't want to put one right here on this door. You don't want to waste an air jab there because you can be shot from all the way back there. So this air jab isn't going to stop anybody. You can't really control bar area. You can't really control this secret area. So basically you want to put them on the places that you can not really control that well and that are important to watch, right? So for example, if somebody comes this close, I don't think you'll be able to shoot this, or you'll probably get air jabbed by the time. Usually if you can see the air jab and you're close to it, you'll be air jabbed away. But she's really important for watching the flanks, especially with Nomad's breaching charges. You can get really creative, making up angles, opening walls to watch all 3 flanks at once. For example, on Cafe, if you put an air jab on gold stairs, white stairs, and red stairs, if you open up the reading wall that goes into pillars and the wall kind of on red hallway near mining, you can watch all 3 staircases from one spot. And now instead of having 2 or 3 people watch flanks, Nomad can do all of it by herself, and you can get 3 free kills and protect all of your vertical players. Maybe even if you are planting or whatever it may be, she's really good to just watch your back, get free kills, get info as well. Because when somebody comes to an air jab, you will know they are there. So you know, okay, they're trying to flank us, or they're roaming, or whatever it may be. And she's just overall a really strong operator and definitely needs to be picked a lot more and mastered by everybody. Cappy was another operator I talked about in my underrated attackers video. I've made a guide on how to play him. Make sure you check both of those out. What makes Cappy so strong, despite being a 3-speed, is already one of the things that's strong about him. His guns are really good. He has the ability to smoke plant with his smoke bolts and cut off angles or rotates with his fire bolts. But now in this new season, they added this secondary gadget, which is a hard breach, which just makes him even stronger. Basically, it's just like a thermite. You pretty much just push it on, and it takes a little bit to blow up. But now he lost his flashbangs for that, which is kind of a nerf because the only thing that can stop Cappy is a Wamai, so you aren't necessarily able to clear those Wamai discs. It takes a little bit more coordination. But anyways, let's say you have a thermite trying to plant right there, the default spot. With your smoke bolts and this wall is open, you can easily smoke off both of these doors, right? Smoke off both of these doors. Now the defenders can't push up, and you can fire both of them. So now you only need to worry about rafters pretty much. And if you hop in, you can watch rafters from the window or from the default rotate here. The defenders can't push through this door. The fire lasts actually a pretty long time. The smoke not as long, but either way, what people do wrong with Cappy is, let's say, like I said, for the example, I'm trying to plant right here. What people will do with smoke grenades in general, but also with Cappy is they will shoot a smoke bolt either right here or like right behind me, right in front of me. And that's really bad because as you saw, when I shot the smoke bolt, I wasn't able to see through the door, right? That means the defenders weren't able to see me holding this angle on the door or on this other door or see pretty much into this room. You want to cut off the lines of sight because if I shoot a smoke bolt right in front of me, the defender, and I can't see back to any of this objective pretty much, the defender can go from cash door either to red door, pretty much anywhere in this whole room. Rather, if I shoot a smoke bolt right there onto the door, they have to push into this room blindly, and I could be laying right here prone with like, just like this, or I could be holding an angle on the desk, whatever it may be. And the defenders are always at the disadvantage because visibility is really important in this game. So if you're able to cut off the defender's visibility, but keeping your ability to see as an advantage, then you're gonna have a lot more successful planting scenarios. And with the diffuser planted, you will have more rounds won because this game is defender sided until the diffuser is planted. Then the likeliness to win switches a lot into the attacker's advantage because the defenders only have 40 seconds to defuse, and you can just hold an angle. Literally, for example, if this was reinforced, you could just play upside down rappel right here, pretty much watch cash door, watch red door. You're just at the advantage. No matter what happens, the time is on your side now. You can hold the angles, and the defenders have to push you. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. I stream pretty much every day, link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and peace out, gamers.